Hi.
Hi there.
Welcome. MLB and NBA podcast. Kevin Hurt, Brian Sherrod.
That's right.
Post Super Bowl, baby. This Super Bowl was, oh my God, you're going to do that the whole
Bad boy.
What is it, anniversary or something?
That's right.
Oh my God. And he has on his shiny puffy jacket on as well. Yeah. So, we had a Super Bowl. We had trades.
Man.
We have a new football league starting.
Yeah.
Kind of some things to talk about.
Yeah, man. A lot went down. A lot went down, man. But I think we gotta start off with the Super Bowl, man. Even though it seems like it was so long ago.
Say Super Bowl, Super Bowl. Hold on, what's it?
Wait, what?
Did you say bowl? That must sound like
Super Bowl. Is that what I said?
I think somebody said Super Mole.
No, I said Super Bowl. That was just that Baltimore accent coming out, man. That B more coming out. That West Baltimore, man. Yeah.
West Side.
Yeah, man. That Super Bowl, man.
So that Southern.
Yeah, I really dug that Super Bowl, man.
Really?
I really dug that Super Bowl.
So I'll do the PG accent, and you do that. Yo, young. We that Super Bowl, young.
Man, we dug it, yo.
Yo, San Francisco luncheon, yo. Shout out to my PG people, baby.
Oh, man.
So, Montgomery County in the house, PG in the house.
Yeah. Oh, man.
Baltimore City, Baltimore County, West Side, baby.
That's right.
So, Anne Arundel up in here. What is going on?
I don't know, man. Man.
Wow, it's been a long week. So I'm glad we're here. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in to MLB and NBA podcast. Of course, we're on all your local podcasting apps, Stitcher, Spreaker, Google, YouTube. Facebook is our social media, iHeartRadio, Spotify, everywhere you listen to your podcast, NY the MD podcast is on there.
That's right.
So, yeah, Super Bowl 54. Thank you for putting the numbers and not the Greek numbers up there.
Although last week, I must say, I had Super Bowl 53, I realized.
Did you?
Yeah.
You had two up? Oh, wait. You had L.
No, I didn't. No. I actually used the numbers, but I used 53.
Gotcha.
Which I don't know why, because 3 is I.
Yeah.
So I don't know why I was thinking 53. LIV, I know we were kind of like, well, but I.
Well, at least next year's is going to be LV.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
55. The double nickel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and then next week we'll do our predictions for some things. Just like some wild predictions about what we think is going to happen. Then, of course, the draft and stuff will be coming up, and we'll have our because we were both correct about who we thought would win the Super Bowl.
Yeah, speaking of predictions, you called the Kansas City Chiefs from the get-go, Chiefs versus Green Bay, and I said Chiefs versus Saints, but I switched up. I thought I had a feeling the 49ers were going to win, and they were going to win until
last 6 minutes of the game.
Oh my gosh!
6 minutes of the game. Patrick Mahomes came through. It was they were down 10. What?
It was 20 to 10. 20 to 10 in the fourth quarter. Midway through.
Up 31-20, right?
Yep, 31-20. So they had 21 unanswered points.
So, real quick. Okay, do the review of the game. They had 21 unanswered points in the last 6 minutes.
Yeah, man, that was crazy.
Of the game. Let's do a breakdown. First, I just want to get your overall opinion of the game because I heard from a lot of people that it was boring. Like
really?
A lot of people. Remember the first person I talked to, and shout out to Dan, who's the first person that I talked to right after the Super Bowl, was like, "Oh, it was boring until the fourth quarter."
No, I thought it was a
lot of people
game.
said that.
I didn't think it was boring. You know what was boring?
No.
Last year's Super Bowl. That was boring.
If this year's was boring, last year's was Benjamin Button slowly. So you know what I'm saying?
Was it, like 13-3 or something like that? I mean, it was something ridiculous.
Yes,
but it was
but halftime was like 3-3. It was
it was
terrible.
Yeah. This game was my God. I thought it was a good game. I really
this game was so bad. I think the third or fourth quarter was the first time we saw San Francisco's punter. Remember?
Yeah, oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah, so how bad was it?
Right.
That we only seen their punter once.
Exactly, man. I thought it was a good game. I thought Mahomes was really having a bad game.
Oh,
he was He was having a bad game until, like you said, 4 minutes left. But that just goes to show you quarterbacking makes a difference. And at the end of the day,
you're never out when you have a guy like him.
Right. And if you take a look at the two quarterbacks, Mahomes had a chance to do what he did in the fourth quarter. I mean, he did what he did, and Jimmy G, he had a chance too to show up in the fourth quarter. And
he had a couple of throws that he could have made that would have probably won the game.
Yep. He had who was it? Emmanuel Sanders wide open on the deep throw. Overthrew him. I mean, but that happens. You know what I'm saying?
But when you're in that spot, those are the things you have to hit.
Right.
And there was George Kittle's open a couple times before he got sacked, or I think when one of the defensive linemen knocked the ball down. On the pass. So. And I think one time he just missed Kittle's open and was looking someplace else.
Yeah.
So, those are the plays you have to make.
Okay. So here are the things I've been hearing. Okay. And it's funny because we talked about this at the time, and I think we both disagreed. First, I heard a lot this week was people blaming Shanahan for the lost possession in the end of the first half by pretty much saying, not calling the timeout. Mm. It was like just under 2 minutes with the ball.
Oh yeah, minute 40.
Yeah. And that's plenty of enough time to at least kick a field goal. But they decided to go conservative. At the time, I told you I didn't mind it as much, only because I felt like they were getting the ball back in the second half anyway. It's tied 10-10. Just go in, with a tie. And it's okay. But then what happened was
what happened?
What had happened was I think on second or third down, they threw like a check down over the middle and they got like 25 yards on it. And it was like, okay, all right, maybe we could score. Then the long pass to George Kittle, which we disagreed. I still think that was a pity pat call. I don't think they should have called offensive pass interference on George Kittle, but I can understand why they did. I just don't think they should have. But if there was no pass interference, that was at least a field goal there. But anyway, there was a lot of criticism with that. Did you hear a lot of?
Oh yeah, everybody agreed with me on that.
Okay,
it's the Super Bowl, and I know you have a defense. You're shutting down Mahomes, and honestly, they were winning the game to the last 6 minutes. And no matter what, hindsight's are always like the year. It's 2020. If the narrative always changes if any of those plays are made. You never get criticized when you win. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
So if he did that and they end up winning the game, we're not even discussing what he did or didn't do.
Yeah.
They had a 10-point lead with 6 minutes left in the game.
Yeah.
What he did during that time to play calling, he actually had some really good play calls.
Yeah.
Jimmy G didn't execute those throws. You know what I mean?
Right.
So that goes to that, because I heard a lot about that. But it's the Super Bowl. You're still playing a high-powered offense. You have 3 timeouts. If this was a regular season game, you're going to try to move the ball down the field and try to make a big play, see what can happen. Of course, you don't want to make a mistake, but you have to play somewhat aggressively. Just a little bit. And he refused it. You have 3 timeouts. Like you said, even when he got that, if that Kittle play stood, it was only like 10 seconds left. So now you have your 3 timeouts. So you're calling a timeout there. And then all you can do is a field goal. If you did that and you had a minute left and you're that far, you have a whole plethora of things to do.
Yeah.
Because what if the luckiest thing that could happen would be you scoring a touchdown. Yeah. So now you're going to halftime 17-10. You haven't punted the whole game. So you're moving the ball on this defense. You get the ball back. And there's a big difference between up 24-10, if that, best case scenario, of course, than it is going in there 10-10. Yeah. And then coming out, and they still had a 20-10 lead.
Right.
Again, with 6 minutes left. But to me, that is just, everything goes to what are you telling your team at the time. And I don't think that won or lost them the game. Again, if he made one throw to Sanders and Sanders caught that touchdown, they could have maybe put that game away or took the lead or whatever. And like I said, it's a little bit different. Some games are won, lost or won on play. Like Sean McVay last year, I think he called a terrible game. That whole game was terrible.
Yeah, that was
like he was
weird.
a total, like game was a total opposite what he did all season.
Yep.
And the one thing that I love about coaching and coaches is they stick to who they really are.
Right.
Or they'll try something different. I don't mind coaches trying something different. Go back to when the Saints won the Super Bowl and they came out and did an onside kick, which you can't really do
awesome.
now. They could have easily not recovered that.
Yes.
And that could have been the worst thing.
Yep.
Why would you do an onside kick? The other team gets the ball, you're 50 at the 50-yard line after recovering it. They can go down and score on you. And then Peyton Manning wins another Super Bowl. Then you're done. But what was it called? History serves the bold or whatever it is that something like that. It's you got to be brave and bold.
Yes.
And San Francisco was not that. And you have to be that to win the Super Bowls.
A lot of people were blaming what's his name? Kyle Shanahan.
I don't think it was Kyle's fault.
I don't blame him, but I will say this. I think the reason why the 49ers lost the game was their lack of execution on offense in the fourth quarter. The last two drives they had. We were watching it. They first of all, they stopped running the ball. And I remembered the one drive, I think this was the drive after Kansas City scored a touchdown, so it was 2017. Run the ball with Mostert, right? 5 yards. I'm like, all right, he's starting it off. Then they throw incomplete pass, stops the clock. Throw again, incomplete, stops the clock. Like, run the ball, man. Like, this is what got you here.
Yeah, but again, that's the part where I feel like, because they were doing a play action pass a lot, and it was working.
Mm-hmm.
So, yes, you could have run the ball. But if Jimmy G hit the wide open person, that's the first. Kittle was wide open on that, and he didn't see him. And he didn't get rid of the ball. Kittle was right in the middle of the field.
I understand.
And that's a 10-yard game.
You got 5 runs on the first. Keep running the ball.
Yeah.
Like,
but I'm not disagreeing that he had 2 play calls there. Play action pass or run the ball. Running the ball has worked, and you ran less in the second half than you did the first. And like you said, they're getting like 5 yards a carry.
Yeah, man. I just don't understand it.
The fear is you run the ball, you get a loss, or you don't go anywhere. So it's 3rd and 5. So then you got to pass anyway.
But you got right.
They didn't want to put him. It seems like, in my opinion, they did not want to put him in positions where they knew he had to pass. Because I feel like they felt like he wasn't as effective. So now you're guessing. 2nd and 5, you could run or you could pass.
Yeah,
and I think that's where Shanahan thought he would be. Jimmy G would be the most successful at. You get what I'm
that
saying?
makes sense. I just feel like you run on 2nd down there. But I get what you're saying.
But he had Kittle open on both of those plays, and he did not execute.
I understand.
But yeah, you could run the ball. It's been working.
Yeah. Think about it. It's 6 minutes. You just run out the clock. You know what I'm saying? It's like, this is what you do. I get what you're saying.
Like Green Bay, you didn't have to do anything to Green Bay because Green Bay was getting killed by the run. Yeah. Kansas City was doing a good job, but you're still getting a lot of yards on carries. Yeah. Yes, you could have kept going for it, but I didn't. The thing is, again, everything's 50-50. And he could have handed off the ball and not gotten 5 yards and had to pass, or he could have passed and completed it, and they're moving the chains.
Yeah.
So, he didn't execute. I think Jimmy G was under the most pressure at that point because I think Cal actually made some good game plan and some good calls. It just didn't work out.
Yeah. So the other thing I heard a lot this week, and this is something we disagree with, Damian Williams should have been the MVP, and I totally disagree with that. I totally disagree. Like, no doubt, Damian Williams had a great game. But a couple things. A lot of those stats that he had, I think he had like a 40-yard touchdown run.
No, that was at the end.
Yeah, that was when the game was pretty much wrapped up.
But he had like the go-ahead touchdown, though he dove out of bounds.
I understand that, but my thing is, now granted, Patrick Mahomes, up until, like you said, halfway through the fourth quarter, was having
like utter garbage.
Right.
He was
having a horrible game.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, he's the one that led them to You know what I'm saying? To that comeback. So he's got to be the MVP. They were losing by 10. He drove them down the field to win the game. So you got to me, in my eyes, you got to give it to him. You see what I'm saying? Because if that was Jimmy G back there, we don't know if he would have let him on 2 touchdown drives to take the lead. So anyway, I just think Mahomes was the clear MVP. Like I said, Damian Williams had a great game, but he's not the reason why they won that game. Pat Mahomes was the reason why they won that game.
Well, I didn't. I disagree with this with you less than I do with the whole Shanahan play call, because to me it didn't matter. But Damian Williams, I think he was the most consistent of the two.
Right. He was consistent.
It's just Patrick was the most dynamic. And I think people also, and me included, I guess, everything's always going to the quarterback. Anyway.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, Damian Williams, like for instance, Raheem Mostert, he was the reason why San Fran beat Green Bay. You get what I'm saying? He was the reason.
True, but if Jimmy G hit that one pass to Emmanuel Sanders, and they win, Jimmy G's winning that award.
Yeah, sure.
No matter, unless Mostert had like 200 yards,
right.
Jimmy G's winning that award from that one play.
Right. But
you know what I mean?
Right.
And like, is that fair?
Right.
You're garbage all day.
But I'm just making the point that Damian Williams wasn't the reason, in my eyes, why they won that game. Pat Mahomes was. He was the difference maker. And of course, he's the quarterback.
Yeah, he's the best player on the field.
Yeah.
I mean, he's. You know how much I love Pat Mahomes.
Right.
You know, like that's my second favorite NFL player.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that dude. But, I felt like Damian Williams, but I'm not also upset that he won. I'm fine with it. You know what I mean? I just feel like, maybe one year we can do something a little bit different. Give it to a guy that's not the quarterback. That's all.
Yeah. Well, but see, that's it. I think Nick Bosa could have won the MVP if San Fran had won it. That is, if things stayed the same. Let's say if their defense stopped Kansas City without giving up a lead, I think Nick Bosa would have won because that dude was everywhere. I mean, he was just missing. I mean, he didn't get a whole lot of sacks or whatever, but that dude was.
No, he put on a lot of pressure.
So much pressure, man.
Yeah, but they wouldn't have given it to him unless he got like a defensive touchdown or something.
No, I disagree. I think he probably would have got MVP.
It's hard for them to give MVP to anybody but a quarterback. Yeah, honestly.
Yeah, but Jimmy G wasn't.
But even though he put pressure, he'd have to do something else. Honestly.
So, trivia question: who's the last defensive player to?
No idea. Probably Ray Lewis.
No,
I don't.
We were watching that game.
Oh, where defensive player?
Yeah, defensive player to win. Oh, actually, I'm sorry. I don't know.
Really? So how were we watching?
I thought it was Malcolm Butler, but he didn't win MVP that year.
No.
Damn. So who was that?
See? And he sealed the game, right?
Yeah.
He wouldn't have.
He should have been MVP.
He's not. Right. They don't give it to defensive people, man. I'm telling you. Nick Bosa would not have gotten it unless he stopped him, strip sacked him, picked it up, and got a touchdown.
Yeah.
I mean, that would and that would have sealed the game. Then they really don't have a choice. You know what I'm saying? Like they want to give it to the quarterback.
Oh, I remember who was the MVP of that game. It was Seattle's offensive coordinator. That's right. I forgot about that.
That's terrible. That's was it Darrell Bevel?
Yeah, that's who it was. Darrell Bevel, I believe. Yeah. Man, he was MVP.
That's wrong right there, man. Why you gotta bring that back up?
Yeah, that was the truth. So look, real quick, fast forward. Next year, who do you see going to the Super Bowl? Do you think Kansas City is going to be back?
If they keep everybody and they stay healthy, they have a good chance. But it's going to be between them and Baltimore. And, Baltimore is going to be, looking for redemption in a way. So it's going to be tough. Well, Kansas City is going to have a tough division. So is Baltimore. Ben Roethlisberger is going to be coming back. Pittsburgh is going to be a little bit better than, of course, they were last year because they were terrible. They won't have a quarterback named Duck.
Yeah. Oh, God.
The division is going to be a little bit different. Maybe Cleveland's a little bit better than they were supposed to be. So the Ravens will have a harder journey to get back to where they were with the record. But I think those are the two. To me, they're 1 and 2 as the two teams going to the Super Bowl.
Okay. Yeah, man. I just hope that Lamar Jackson's career path mirrors Pat Mahomes because it has so far. It's crazy. It came in second year, I mean, his first year played a little bit, made the playoffs. Second year became MVP. Mm-hmm. He's going to be on the cover of Madden. By the way, Pat Mahomes did break the Madden curse. I no longer can claim the Madden curse because even though he got hurt, he only missed 2 games and he won the Super Bowl. So can't be that bad of a curse. Anyway, so I just hope that Lamar, his career path continues to mirror Pat Mahomes, which will lead to a Super Bowl victory next year. But I don't know. I like the Chiefs, man. I think they're the next dynasty. I truly believe that, man.
They're not a dynasty.
I believe it.
It's hard. See, I feel like dynasty is
with that dude under center.
That's true, but during the reign of New England, how many other dominant teams were there in the AFC?
Steelers.
Were they really dominant? They were up and down.
No, remember.
Plus,
hold on, Hurt.
Okay.
The Steelers have won 2 Super Bowls during this time. Okay. Oh, they've been in 2 Super Bowls during this time. Remember, we're talking from 2001 to present. So you've had the Ravens win 2 Super Bowls in the AFC. Mm-hmm. You've had the Steelers go to 2 Super Bowls in the AFC.
2001? You sure it's 2001?
They won in 2001.
Who did?
The Patriots. It was the 2001 season. The Super Bowl was in 2002.
God, was that long ago?
Yes.
Jeez,
so you figure this is 19 years of dominance. So that's what I'm saying.
That
so
was 17. Yeah. And I mean, I know 2 years doesn't make a huge difference, but my God, really?
Yeah. Because the Ravens won in 2001. It was the 2000 season. The Patriots won the next year.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Anyway, I say all that to say the dominant teams during this time, right? Ravens, Steelers, who the Patriots always beat the Steelers anyway, so it's not really.
No, exactly.
Right.
That wasn't even. Yeah, that matchup never worked for Pittsburgh.
Yeah. There's nobody in the North because that division sucked for the past 20 years.
Nobody.
Right.
Nobody.
The Colts. They were the other dominant team. Peyton's Colts. Denver. They went to a couple Super Bowls during this.
You mean with Peyton, when Peyton went there?
Well, I'm thinking about all the teams. You said who were the teams, so it was really the Broncos, the Colts, the Ravens, and the Steelers. That's it. That's been their main competition.
But that's again, like you said. They had the Patriots had the Steelers numbers. So that matchup.
Yeah, and I'm not putting Houston in there either because Houston also has the Patriots. They can't beat the Patriots even though they did it this
Houston's
year.
Not. Why would they even be in there?
Because they go to the playoffs and they face the Patriots.
Okay, but they didn't do. They never
exactly. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. I'm not putting them in there. But anyway, so yeah,
but that's the whole thing. Honestly,
so what's your point with Kansas City?
Kansas City has Baltimore, and Baltimore. Of all those teams you named, I mean, all those teams were good, but they were also very inconsistent. Because there'll be years when Ben and the team do well, and they're like 11-5, 10-6, and then the next season they're like 9-7. Just like some kind of, up and down. But the Patriots are due to their division as well. It's just they're always that dominant team. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, but isn't that crazy though? With Steelers, they had all that talent, man. Antonio Brown. Ben Roethlisberger.
But all those dudes have head
Le'Veon Bell, man.
They're all head cases.
I know, but it's
hard to have 3 head cases on the same side of the ball.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh, no, I hear you. It's just amazing to me that all that talent, they couldn't even sniff the Super Bowl. They couldn't get past the Patriots. But no, I like the Chiefs, man. That dude under center is awesome. And I think the Patriots. The Ravens, man, it's going to be KC and B more, man.
That's what I'm saying. So that's why I said I don't know if I would call it a dynasty. Well, of course not yet. It just started. Yeah. But I don't think it's going to mirror because I feel like their competition is going to be more consistent and tougher.
Okay.
And they have quarterbacks around the same age and, that sort of thing. I mean, hell, not even the same age because dude just turned Lamar's just turned 21 or something.
23, yeah.
20, yeah, he's still young. Yeah. Mahomes 24.
Yeah.
So they're still going to be around the same, length of time. Hopefully, if Lamar develops more and runs less as he gets older, things that stuff like that. Yeah. But I feel like the Ravens are going to be more consistent than the Ravens in the past or the Pittsburghs in the past.
Yeah.
That's why it's going to be hard for KC because I feel like they can flip flop in the season.
No.
And their divisions aren't cakewalks either.
Right.
And Las Vegas Raiders, they could be a little bit dangerous. Denver, a little bit dangerous. Anthony Lynn and the Los Angeles Chargers, he just signed an extension.
Awesome.
They could be, they're getting a new stadium. They could be dangerous. The Ravens had to deal with a hard division. None of those teams have a division that the Patriots had, where every year you're like a 1 or 2 seed.
Right. Right.
It's going to be hard, and they play, and every year those teams finish first. They have to play each other.
Yep.
So when
for the most part, yeah.
When Pittsburgh finished first and they played the Patriots, that's a mismatch.
Yep.
I don't even remember those games being close.
I don't know. They were close, but I just know Patriots always beat them, man.
So that's like, they're not afraid of them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But so these games will mean something. So, we'll see.
Yeah. All right, man. So I have a question for you. What'd you think of the halftime show? And why are so many people upset over the halftime show? I thought it was pretty entertaining myself. What'd you think of the halftime show first?
You were there.
Yeah.
I liked it.
Yeah.
I liked it, and all I'm going to say is I liked it because I have rhythm.
Okay.
And it seemed like the people that didn't like it didn't have any.
Okay.
That's all I'm going to say.
Okay. I thought as far as halftime shows go, it was
a very entertaining.
Yeah,
it wasn't the best. Like you said, Bruno Mars.
Yeah.
All those things were more of a show.
Yeah.
But this was fun. It was fun.
Yeah, and I feel like it also captured the flair of Miami too. You know what I'm saying?
Very Hispanic, very Latino.
Yeah.
And that's what we had. And there's nothing wrong with that because that represents who we are.
Yeah. Yeah, man. I thought it was fine.
I just honestly, I just think there's always an issue with a more ethnic halftime show. Honestly,
yeah. I didn't have any problems with it.
I'm just glad it wasn't some 90-year-old rock and roll band that's been touring for half a century, where you don't know if you need to go. I mean, it's like like people are complaining. What I'm going to tell my kids? What are we going to tell your kids if any of these old people collapse on stage?
What are you going to tell your kids about what?
J-Lo was dancing on the apparatus. And, do I have to say it's a stripper pole? Well, first of all, is anyone at home throwing dollar bills at this TV screen? Is that what you really have to call it?
Yeah.
She's out there dancing. It's one of those things. It's out there.
Yeah.
It's part of the performance. So you had to be like, oh my God, she's out there. Those are people who want to see something that's not even there and take it too far.
And I didn't mind that only because it wasn't like that was a major part of the show. It was for what? Less than a minute?
No, it was out there for like 2 minutes, which is like, ooh. Okay. But it was no one was out there. It wasn't dudes on the side throwing dollar bills at her. She's dancing around a pole. Call it a day. That's it.
Yeah.
Then she's out there dancing. Oh, the booty shaking. Listen, because you don't have one. You don't need to hate it.
Dude, that goes on. Like, come on.
I just get sick of people.
Yeah.
I really do. It was not even a big deal.
Nah.
It's like, what do you have to explain to your kids? Like, what about that whole thing you explain to your kids?
Right.
Oh, this is how you dance, kids. Yeah. This is something called rhythm. I'm sorry we don't have it.
Yeah, I just think it was a huge overreaction, man. But
stupid.
That's just me. All right, man. Well, what about the commercials, man? What'd you think about the commercials this year?
Stupid.
No, wow.
No, there's 2 commercials.
I'll tell you one thing. They should have parked that thing somewhere. I know.
Shakira parked the car.
Yeah, I know. Shakira and J-Lo, they needed to park that stuff, man.
You know what? They need to take that act out to the harbor. Go to the harbor where they can park the car.
Oh, man.
I think that was my favorite commercial.
Okay.
I forgot it was a Hyundai commercial too. You told me it was a Hyundai commercial. But yeah, park the car. That was hilarious. With Big Papi in there. That was funny.
What about Mr. Bonet? Did you like that commercial?
Who?
Mr. Bonet.
Yeah, no. Dude, that was funny. But I haven't seen it since then either.
Yeah.
But that was because at first I was just kind of confused.
Yeah, I was like, what's
he's walking, he took his boots off, and he got a little bit shorter. I was like, okay.
Yeah.
Then he started taking his muscles off, and he couldn't even lift a weight bar.
Yeah,
Lisa was there trying to help him.
That was cool. I love Lisa
that
being there. That was funny.
That was hilarious.
Oh, man.
So, yeah, I got to give him that. That was a fun, but I haven't seen it since
then. Yeah, me either.
I feel like that's a commercial I'm not going to remember.
Really?
In a year.
The Jason Momoa one?
I'm going to forget. If they don't play it again,
okay.
It's not going to be like the Darth Vader commercial with the kid.
Yes.
It's not going to be like the Doritos commercial because I've seen those after that. I haven't seen that commercial, and I've seen the park the car after that.
Yeah, I've seen that.
So that helps me remember, this was a Super Bowl commercial.
Yeah.
And I liked it. If I don't see it again, that's going to be it.
Do you remember what the commercial was promoting?
What? For who?
Jason Momoa.
I have no idea.
I think it was Rocket Mortgage, I think.
Oh.
I think. But I don't know. Yeah.
I just remember him walking and taking off his hair.
Yeah, that was funny.
But honestly, I don't remember anything about what it was selling or nothing.
Okay. What about
the one thing that had some brand excellent to it, even though I didn't really like the commercial much, was that whole Tide Pod thing.
Oh, it was with Charlie Day.
Yeah, he was everywhere.
Yeah.
In every commercial. Is it later now? Like it was he just kept coming back. So for a product placement, going through the Bud Light ads, all the other ads, that was kind of cool. Okay. The one with Sofia Vergara and all the people, Procter and Gamble, I think it was.
Oh, okay.
All in one commercial.
Man, I forgot about that one. What about
Mr. Clean was in there.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. What about the J-Lo commercial?
I don't remember that.
Yeah. Okay. What about
what was it?
I don't know. I just remember she was trying to do something. I just remember she was in the hotel and.
Oh no, that was DJ Khaled trying to steal. That was like part of the halftime show.
Oh, that was.
Yeah, it was like
I thought it was a commercial.
What
about the very beginning of the Super Bowl with the little kid catching the balls?
I love
different cities. I thought that was awesome.
That was awesome. I heard he's a Redskins fan too, so that made it even better.
You know what was great about the commercial? No. When Ray Lewis got tackled, I forgot who tackled him though. Was it that
would be the best part of any commercial?
Yeah,
honestly,
that was the best part.
Anytime he gets tackled, I'm cool with that.
I also like the Loretta commercials, the Google commercials.
Listen, I ain't got time to be emotional. I've been emotional for weeks now. You know what I'm saying? And I didn't need that. Yeah. No Google. No, I didn't need that. Listen, I ain't got time to be sad. I'm trying to be happy right now.
Yeah.
And that commercial just made me just sit there like, you know what I mean? Like, this is no. Now I had to go to my Google pictures. I feel like I got to make albums. You know what I'm saying? Man.
Oh man, but yeah, those were the standouts to me.
Damn,
I know
Google.
I'm missing some, but
and that's the commercial I've seen the most.
Yes, I've seen. Yes,
you seen it too.
Yes,
I've seen it. I can't watch it. I got to turn.
No,
I'm like, I ain't crying. Really? You are not making me cry 7 p.m. on a Wednesday. I refuse.
Oh man.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, but overall, I thought it was a good Super Bowl, man. But now football season is over. We got a whole nother. Actually, not too long because we got the combine coming up later this month, and we got the draft coming up in 2 months.
And we have football today.
Yeah,
2 p.m. in DC, Audi Field
versus Seattle, right?
XFL, baby.
Yeah,
hometown DC Defenders in the house, baby.
I don't know why. Not that I'm excited, but I am curious. I'm more curious about this than I was with the what's it? The AAFL. Yeah. Sure. The American Allegiance Football League or whatever that was, that didn't even last a season.
No, that was terrible. And I kind of enjoyed a little bit of it too.
Oh, I didn't.
Yeah, I thought it was okay, but I mean, this is Vince McMahon's second chance at football.
Yeah,
and we'll see how it goes.
And I think. And I could be wrong about this, but I think Vince's approach this time is he's not doing the gimmick stuff.
No.
And I think he really wants to brand this more so like a bridge to the NFL. You know what I'm saying? Well,
and it has NFL backing too.
Oh, it does? Okay.
I mean, you got to think of the channels that it's on. Like the American Football whatever it was, wasn't really had the coverage, but the XFL I think is going to be on like NFL Network.
Okay.
It's on, I think like this game today is on either CBS or NBC or something. So they're trying to have this as an alternative to have football year round, but they're going to have it. A lot of them are in NFL stadiums, but some of them are in smaller venues, which you should have. Like Audi Field is a soccer specific venue for, of course, DC United, and that's a good place to start. Tickets aren't expensive. And you just need to get people, like I said, they want a family of 5 to show up to the game, and for $100, and from what I saw at the tickets, that's exactly what you can do.
I like the fact that it has some recognizable players too. Like a lot of quarterbacks I know, like Cordell Jones and Aaron Murray, one of my favorites, University of Georgia guy.
He's a dog.
Yeah. Landry Jones,
Yep.
former ex-Steeler.
Johnson.
Yeah, Josh Johnson.
Yep.
Former Raven.
I keep wanting to call him Jim Johnson or something. Like he's a rapper for,
And look at these coaches, man. Mark Trestman, former Raven coach, Mark Trestman. Yeah. Jim Zorn, former Redskin head coach.
Well, former Seattle Seahawks great. You can't forget that. Jim Zorn.
Former Redskins coach.
He's a Seattle legend. Backup quarterback and somewhat starter. And you got Stoops.
Yeah, Bob Stoops.
Yeah, Bob Stoops.
Pep Hamilton.
So, who's Dallas's head coach?
Yeah. So just another reason to hate Bob Stoops, right?
So many of them had it before anyway.
Oh man, but no man. And I'm also looking forward to seeing some of these rules, man.
And I have some running backs in there that are played that I saw.
Christine Michael.
Yeah, Christian Michael.
Oh, Christine. It says Christine.
It's Christian.
That's not how it's spelled.
It's Christian. I know, but his name's also not feminine sounding.
Yo, that says
Christian
Christine,
Michael.
Yo.
It's Christian Michael.
All right, man.
I know how to, because he's been in the NFL. It's Christian Michael.
All right, so
not his name is not Christine.
I'm looking at this.
I know what you're looking at, Maryland, but it's Christian Michael.
Christian Michael. Former Raven Keenan Reynolds. Navy's on.
Navy. Yeah, Navy.
Marquette King. Wait a minute.
The punter, right?
The black punter.
Yeah, who got, who John Gruden didn't like.
Wow.
But I thought he was in Denver.
Too.
He led whatever, but I guess he was too outspoken.
Yeah.
Lord knows punters can have personalities.
Oh, you remember these people. Lance Dunbar.
Sammy Coates.
Jeff Badat. Because he's bad at everything.
Oh, my gosh. Speaking of being bad at something.
Matt Elam.
Okay.
Former Ravens. Oh, one of the worst Ravens first round draft picks ever.
Stop it.
No, I'm serious.
That's mean.
No, it's the truth. He sucked. You said Sammy Coates, former Steeler, Sammy Coates. So there's some recognizable names.
Yeah, I didn't know, but I didn't know Marquez King was there. Though.
Dude, I had no idea, man. So,
I guess the NFL didn't want good punters. That's why.
So this is a 10-game season from now, pretty much leading up to the draft. So that's kind of a nice bridge. You know what I'm saying? That's pretty cool. It's going, man, you're right. It's going to be on ABC, ESPN, ESPN2, Fox, FS1, FS2.
It has coverage.
Yeah.
It has coverage.
Yeah. So your boy Vince McMahon, he has deep pockets, man.
Oh, he's worth like $2.2 billion.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, I'm curious to see. I'm really curious to see how it's going to work out. Let's see. So we're going to do a DraftKings lineup just to see how good we are and just to have a little fun.
I don't know if this is a barometer of how good we are. It might be a barometer of how lucky we may get.
Yeah. But no, just another challenge, but just between us. Did you fill out your
yes,
lineup?
I did.
All right. So that's all right. Let me pull this up because I'm really curious to see who you have. And this will also help me watch the games as well. Fantasy has a way of doing that.
Betting will help you watch the games.
Exactly.
Now I know who I picked.
All right. I can't see your picks yet.
Well, I can't see yours either, but I can't see mine.
All right. So let me.
Where did you go under?
Oh my gosh.
Can you see yours?
Yeah, I have my lineup now. So I'm about to tell you who's in my lineup.
What's going on?
Did you save your picks, Hurt?
Oh, they took that dollar away from me. It should be in there somewhere.
Oh my gosh. All right. Well, while you're looking for your lineup, here's my winning lineup for the first week of the XFL.
I said entry failed to load.
Oh, great.
Sorry about that. We'll have this resolved shortly.
Oh my gosh. Anyway.
So we're going to have to skip this section.
Yeah, I'll just give you my lineup.
Yeah, give you yours.
Actually, I don't want to give you my lineup because I don't.
I already picked mine.
Okay, all right.
I don't know why it's not here.
All right,
they took my money, so it's in there somewhere.
So for QB, I'm going with Aaron Murray. Like I said,
your boy.
Yeah, I really liked him coming out.
I picked Landry Jones.
Okay.
I'm going to try to go by memory.
Curtis Artis Payne.
Okay, I remember him. Yeah, I remember him. Who did I pick at running back? I don't remember.
Okay.
Sorry.
Wide receiver, I have Nick Truesdale.
All right. I took a wide receiver from Dallas for Landry Jones. I forgot his last name begins with a B.
Okay.
Because they kept talking about him, so I'm like, I picked him.
Okay. Also paired him with wide receiver, St. Louis wide receiver Keith Minfrey. My flex, I have Nick Holley, running back for Houston. My second flex is...
I got it.
Oh, okay.
All right. So Landry Jones, okay. I got Christine Michael.
Yeah.
I have Badat.
Because
actually,
Badat, everything.
Go ahead. And we are at the wide receiver.
My two wide receivers are Nick Truesdale and Keith Minfrey.
Okay, I got Badat and Ricky Prohl's brother.
Okay.
His first name is A. Prohl.
My first flex is Nick Holley.
Okay, I have E. Hood.
Okay. And I have the DC Defenders wide receiver Eli Rogers.
Okay, I got LA's wide receiver T. McBride.
All right. And of course, for defense, I have to take the Defenders. I mean, you got to take a team. For your defense, you have to take a team called the Defenders, right?
And I have Defenders.
Yeah, okay.
Now, again, they're playing Dragons. I like Dragons as well.
Okay.
We're both born in the year of the Dragon.
Exactly. That's right.
So I love Dragons, but in this case, I'm going to go with the Defenders, yes. Okay. So we'll see, and we're facing each other. And like you said, this will help you watch, but it's also helped me know who's on what team and who to look for and stuff like that. Yeah. So and we can do this weekly and see what happens.
Yeah, all right. Trades hurt. Man.
Trades everywhere.
Baseball.
MLB and NBA.
So first,
let's do baseball.
Yeah, let's do baseball. I need to know, what was your reaction with the Mookie Betts trade, man?
Well, they were saying it all offseason that he was going to be traded, so it didn't surprise me. I was kind of surprised that he went to the Dodgers.
Yeah.
And I know, but the Dodgers have been bridesmaids for a couple seasons, and they feel like they can only validate themselves by winning the World Series. So they have to go all in here, which is what they're doing. So they got Mookie Betts and David Price.
I was going to say, it came with a catch, though.
And they traded away Jock Peterson, their outfielder, to make room for Mookie Betts.
Right, and they traded him to L.A., which I thought was a good move on their part.
To the Angels, yeah. And Angels need help because they supposedly have the greatest player out there or something who can't seem to get his team to the playoffs, but whatever.
Yeah.
I got into an argument. Did I tell you I got an argument with a Mets fan about that?
No, what?
I'm a Mets fan. I'm not taking away from his stats. And we're talking about, God, let's see his face. What's his name again? The outfielder for the Angels, the best.
Mike Trout.
Mike Trout. I'm not taking away from Mike Trout's talent, abilities. The dude's fabulous. I'm not saying that he's not but I would like to see him in a pressure situation once ever in his career. That's all. I just want to see him do something. Like, I want to see the Angels in a playoff game, and I wanted to see him up at bat in a pressure situation. And when you play a whole season and you never get to that point, you haven't done it yet. And as great as you are, some of the greatest or most of the greatest players are also due to the fact that you've seen them in situations where they've come through in a clutch in playoff games or some, games like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I know he plays in the West Coast. I just haven't seen it. And I'm not taking away from how great he is. So I wasn't arguing with the guy about that. But again, I felt like if I was walking down the street and Mike Trout walked past me, I wouldn't know who the hell he was.
I don't think I would know either.
And so that has to do with baseball marketing him as this. Baseball writers call him one of the, he's a 5'2" player, the greatest player in the game, and they know him. But the regular fans have no idea who Mike Trout is. He may be in a Subway commercial, but he looks like a customer. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's one of those guys where you do a commercial with Mike Trout and you had to say Mike Trout. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If you do a commercial with Michael Phelps, you don't need to put Michael Phelps' name in there. You know it's Michael Phelps. You know, when you do a commercial with, oh gosh, who's the gymnast? The best gymnast in the world ever of all time.
Can't think of her name right
now. I know, I can't think of her name. Her, whose name I can't remember. If I saw her, I know Simone Biles.
Thank you. God.
If I saw Simone Biles, I know Simone Biles.
Yeah.
If I see Mike Trout, I would walk right past Mike Trout. I'll probably ask Mike Trout to ask him to ask Albert Pujols for an autograph because I would know who he is.
Oh,
you know,
man.
and it's just, you know, and we were just going back and forth, but if you're that freaking awesome, how come I can't see it? I don't know. Okay. It's just, you know, it's like, remember that year A-Rod had that year for Texas? And I think he won MVP, but they were in like last place.
Yeah,
what did you do? It's like empty calories to me.
Oh my gosh!
You know, I mean, it's a great season, but what did any of those things? Did you win anything with those RBIs besides the 50 games?
And what happened? He got traded to New York, and
he won a World Series.
Yeah.
So I mean,
yeah.
And you know, met J-Lo.
Exactly.
And the rest is history.
You know, and the rest is.
And then she was at a halftime show that people without rhythm didn't like.
Dang, we didn't get that cut to A-Rod, though, during the halftime show. Like, I thought we were.
Yeah, but it was after the halftime show.
Yes, they showed it a little
Look at A-Rod enjoying the halftime show. Oh, speaking of the Super Bowl, real quick. I can't do Joe Buck and
no, they suck.
And
yeah.
That's
a Mickey Mouse production, man.
I
need Chris Collinsworth, Al Michaels, or give me Tony Romo and Jim Nantz.
Tony Romo and a robot. I'm fine.
No. You can't talk about my man Jim Nantz.
No, I'm not. I'm saying, I like Jim Nantz. I'm saying you.
So why you want to take him out the broadcast?
I'm just saying, if you just give me Tony Romo, I'm okay. I love Jim Nantz.
I like the combination.
Yeah, no, they're fine. But if you put it this way, Tony Romo and a robot still better than what we had.
Oh yeah, definitely. Point. Gotcha.
Yeah, they Joe Buck and the court. Troy.
Yeah, it just didn't, like you said, it didn't feel like.
They're talking like we're talking now. There was like no excitement. And first step.
No.
You know what I mean?
They're not good, man.
Like Tony Romo's like, all right here, they're either going to hand the ball to Mostert or it's going to be a play action pass. And they're going to have Kittle wide open going across the middle in like a Z route or something. Yeah. You know what I mean? And that's what happens. Troy Aikman, Joe Buck, Troy.
Yeah, it's just.
What do you think about here? Well, I think, Joe, it's probably going to be a handoff.
Yeah,
that's how it felt like.
Yeah,
like they were doing a golf match.
Yeah, the production value of the game didn't feel like it was the Super Bowl. I totally agree. And I think, honestly, NBC does the best job of presenting football as like the game. Like I think they do the best job, and I think CBS does a good job too. But Fox, nah, man.
And I'm a Fox guy.
Yeah, I know when it comes to
we've
talked about this forever.
Not the news, but when it comes to NFC versus AFC games are horrible.
No, they're not.
They're horrible.
No, they're not.
They look like they're played on. I'm watching rugby. I almost said the pitch. They almost played on a pitch. The color is boring. There's just look at this. This is NBC. It just looks so. The colors don't pop out. But for some reason, for this Super Bowl, it's like Fox went backwards. Everything about it went backwards. The production went down, the color, the vision, the energy. Like, believe me, if this was a Dallas Cowboys regular season game, it would have been lively.
Yeah.
But this is a Super Bowl, and the announcers were so mundane.
But you know what?
And that didn't help me. It made it worse.
But you know what did look good, though? The halftime show, and you know why? No Joe Buck and Troy.
Oh, yeah. Definitely. So. And there's rhythm.
Yeah. All right, real quick, before we head over to the B-side.
Real quick. No, hold on. We got to go back to these trades.
Yeah.
Yeah. So let's go back to the trades real quick.
All right. What other trades you want to talk about?
So, no. Let's just stick on this Mookie Betts rule thing, because you also text me, and I want to get your opinion on it.
What's that?
About what is Boston. He's like, what is Boston doing, Hurt?
Yes. So I don't get this. This guy is a great player. great player. You won a championship with this guy. Puts up excellent numbers. There's more to this. You just don't let this guy get away.
Yes.
There's more to this story. I want to know, did Mookie want to come back to Boston?
Probably not.
Let's look at it
like this. Let's look at it like this. I don't know their money situation, okay? I know that he's going to be a free agent soon, and he was going to cost a boatload of cash, right?
Right.
He's going to be a lot of money. They're a big market team. We know that. They spend a lot of money. But I think they were looking at it, and I'm just guessing. I'm not. This is just my opinion. We can't compete with the Yankees right now. We're not as good as they are. They just got the best pitcher in the game, right? Their lineup is murder. We don't even have a freaking manager right now. They still haven't got a manager.
Don't have one.
So they're looking at like, what are we going to do with just Mookie? We're not good enough. They didn't even finish ahead of Tampa. Tampa Bay was better than them.
Hey man, so you're telling me that the Boston Red Sox have already waved a white flag, man? Come on.
This, I think so, dude. They don't even have a manager. I think they're looking at this year and say, hey, let's trade him, get all these young prospects, some good talent, build up from, because that's what Tampa Bay does all the time.
I get that, but
and try to build. And then you can have more money, because all that, put it this way, you can have all that money put into Mookie, or you can have that money put into 6 guys or 4 guys over, you know what I'm saying, over time to build up to then compete. I just think they're looking at it at a long-term plan, not the usual Boston, let's buy everybody and compete plan. But again, they have no manager. So I think they just kind of felt like once that, and I think a lot of it had to do with the fact that, and also maybe they know what punishment they may get. They still haven't been punished yet.
Oh yeah, that's true.
So maybe they are getting some inside information. Maybe they're thinking, you know what, this might not work out. Because you got to think, it was just 2 years ago they won the World Series. Last year they didn't even make the playoffs. They were 3rd in the division, right?
Yeah.
And they had Mookie, and they're probably just like, you know what? And he's a homegrown guy. They usually don't trade homegrown guys.
That's what I'm saying, man.
So there has to be more to it that we're not privy to.
Yeah.
But I just think they got rid of him, and they just want to start all over because they may have to, honestly. And maybe they know it, and we don't.
Yeah. You don't. You're not the Orioles. You know what I mean? Like, you're not rebuilding. You're not. You have money. You're in a major market. You have plenty of money. Sign that guy, man. But, hey, I'm happy because that dude tore up the Orioles. Mookie tore us up. Mookie. Especially at Camden Yards.
I do like people named Mookie, though.
Yeah. Mookie. Whenever I watch the game, I don't know why, I always did that. Mookie. I always did that whenever he came up to bat.
Mookie.
Do the Right Thing reference. Love it.
Holla.
Speaking of Do the Right Thing, I was reflecting on Do the Right Thing this week. I don't know why. Man, that was such a good movie, man.
Yeah.
That was, I think I told you I watched it again last year just because I hadn't watched it in a while. It's a great movie.
And it's still relevant. Till this day.
To this day. It still has relevance. But just like, even like the way it's shot, the music, like everything about the movie is just
perfect.
Real done.
Yep.
Really, really well done, man. But anyway, NBA, man. We got to talk about these NBA trades. First of all, are you surprised that the Lakers?
Thanks, Gracie.
Are you surprised the Lakers didn't make any moves?
No. What are they trading?
Well, there's been all these rumors with Kyle Kuzma, man.
That's all they got left. Then some teams may not want him. And what did they? Like, the only person I thought they could try to get maybe is the Iguodala or something. But, yeah, he's older.
Yeah.
His production and everything's gone down. He's still a good player. And I think that was a good trade for Miami. Because I think the East is a little bit more open than the West is. I think the West is like a 2-team race, honestly.
And Miami's having a good year, man.
And they're having a really, really good year.
Yeah.
I mean, I think they're like in 4th right now because Boston's up there. Philly. Philly's horrible.
Dude, that game the other night, man.
Oh, my God.
Yo, Shaq and Charles were ripping up Joel Embiid, man. I mean, Shaq was just... man, they were getting into him, man. Pretty much, I mean, Shaq was pretty much saying the dude was soft in so many words, man. That's not how he put it, but...
the whole team is. It's just like, what happened?
I don't know what's going on with the team, but I know one thing, yo. Giannis, that dude's going to win MVP again. That dude, man, I love watching this guy play, man. And now he's got like a 3-point shot, too. It's just, he is such a good player, man. He's so fun to watch. He is so much fun to watch, man. But I think the biggest trade, though, that went down, I guess this was the latest one, man. D'Angelo Russell?
Oh, no, we went to Minnesota.
Yeah, but the Warriors got
Wiggins.
And they got some draft picks too, right?
Yeah, Steve Kerr said he feels like in the long run, Wiggins will be a better fit.
And he's probably right.
He is, because D'Angelo's a point guard.
Yeah.
And you got Steph out there who's really not a point guard.
Right.
But it just wouldn't fit.
But I mean,
Steph's also not a shooting guard, because that's what Clay is.
Yeah.
Steph's just a point guard that shoots.
Yeah.
He's not a point guard that passes. He's a point guard that shoots.
Yeah. But the slick thing is just how they even flipped D'Angelo. It was like, we're going to sign this guy. And at the time, I was thinking, why are they signing this guy? And they just flipped him.
Because he didn't fit.
Right.
He wasn't going to fit. Even though they didn't know they would be without Steph. They knew they were going to be without Clay.
Right.
So, did they have like 10 wins yet? I think they do. They got 12, maybe.
I don't know.
But I think Iguodala going to Miami was big.
I thought that was a good fit.
Capella leaving Houston playing small ball.
Explain that one to me. I like Capella. I think he's a good player. I don't understand their need to just trade off this guy, man.
I think it's been like this ongoing saga of them not needing him. I think they want to play faster. They want to play with more shooters on the floor. So instead of having 4, you can have 5 now. And they had other day to jump. It was a jump ball at center between James Harden and my boy from the Lakers who used to be on the Wizards. Why can't I ever remember?
JaVale McGee. Good Lord.
Like
what a mismatch right there. Good Lord.
So, but you know what? The funny thing is Rockets won that game. Now, they end up losing to Phoenix last night. But this is how they want to play. And that's how Golden State played.
And speaking of Golden State, they have 12 wins.
12.
They're at 12
I knew it was close.
now.
All right.
Yeah.
Such a great team.
Yeah. Who else got traded?
Well, Capella went to Trae Young. It went with Trae Young out there in the ATL, so they add some depth to them. Let's see. Like you said, Andrew Wiggins, what's his face? Somebody else made a trade. Oh, Marquise Morris.
Oh, yeah.
Went to the Clippers.
Yep.
Isaiah Thomas, the Wizards traded IT over to the Clippers as well to give them more depth off their bench. And I think that helps. Again, they had a lot of depth on their bench. And I think that's what the Lakers need, depth.
Yeah.
But I heard Collison, Nick Collison, I think his first name is Nick, who retired last year for a little bit, who sat out, his 32 years, retired before the season started to focus on church, was in attendance at one of the Lakers games. So if he decides to come back, he's a California kid, he would sign with probably either the Clippers or the Lakers. But I think he would be a perfect fit for the Lakers because they need more ball movement, more shooters, more point guard play, and I think he would give that to him.
Okay.
So,
all right. Well, we'll see, man. I'm definitely going to be more into
but there's a lot of moves, though.
Yeah.
It was just a lot of moves.
Yeah. And I'm definitely going to be watching the NBA more now, especially with football done. So
yeah, and I've been watching it. And speaking of which, have you watched more games of your boy Zion?
No.
You haven't? Okay.
I keep forgetting to check out his games. How's he doing so far, though?
That's why I want to get your opinion on him. I swear the dude looks like an offensive lineman playing basketball.
Really?
He's just so big. And I didn't even see that when he was at Duke.
No.
You know what I mean? Like, he looked big, but Lafley looked so... Even out there at the NBA, he just looks so big. And, like, powerful. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, But I mean, yeah. So it's just. But I'm watching more NBA. My bad. More NBA. So it's a good thing.
Good, man.
So, but we're going to the B side, not the Zion side or the Z. You know, we did have Z Day, and Z Day's over with.
Yeah.
But on the B side, we're gonna have our draft.
Yeah.
For Survivor.
Yeah.
So that's gonna be fun. I'm probably one draft I'm probably going to lose because I've won every other one. So this will be the first one I'm probably lose. But then, knowing me, I probably end up winning it anyway. So of course, we're everywhere on your podcast formats. Follow us on Facebook, on IG, on Twitter. Subscribe to us on YouTube. We're on Spotify, Google, iTunes, Apple, everywhere your podcast. And we'll see you on the B side. Grace. That's what I wanted to show you. Hold on, Grace, I gotta show him something. Grace said, hold on. Maybe I'll put it on here. Oh, those are some nice sneakers. These are the Greek Freaks. Oh, yo, the Soul Glow with Nike.
Oh, so let your soul glow.
Yo,
let it shine through.
OMG.
So let your. I can't hit that now.
I know, that's too hot.
Glow, baby. Yo, that is awesome. Soul Glow.
Exactly. First of all,
that's
I just
awesome.
wanted to watch this. Oh, just Serena and Coco just talking to each other. This future. It's just so cool. Like black women talking to their athletes just out there on the tennis court.
That's really cool.
Like, I love that. It's just... it's just 15, so 16? Cool. Huh?
Coco's what,
she's
15?
Still 15.
Wow.
Yo, first of all, Yahoo Sports did...
That's like a 22 age difference.
Iguodala's Grizzlies highlight reel. That had me dying.
Who did that?
Yahoo Sports. All right, so watch this. You ready?
Yeah. What?
Just
dang, Zion.
You just.
My man say Giannis who?
Yeah. Look how high he got up though, and John's like, no.
All right, sit down, Gracie. Yeah, man.
But he's like, but yo, he just look, he just.
Yeah.
Ah.
That's crazy. Yeah, Giannis.
Yeah. Just.
So let it
did you see that?
Through. So glow. No, I didn't see this.
You gotta just watch the whole thing, yo.
I just want to say I love y'all. I love this team. I'm worried about half the beers I've been trying to drink, baby. It's been a long time coming. Because what do? We had to fight for our right to ball. I don't know if you see this belt, but man, this belt got something on it. It's got the heavyweight champions of the world, baby.
It's got Chiefs on there?
Yeah, they give it to like.
I see everybody out there in that memorial. And nobody knows we represent and honor every single veteran that went to war for us in World War I. What's good? What's good right here in the heart of America? Right here in the heart of America.
Yo, what is that? That's not the Lombardi, is it?
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. What the heck?
Is that the MVP awards?
Oh, maybe.
I don't know.
Maybe.
How about 21 years? You don't know what that
He's
means?
like,
Everybody
dude,
here's thinking,
don't fall.
but I can, you know what I mean, legally get a drink, yeah. 21 years. That's how long
Dude, this dude sounds like he belongs on WWE. Yo.
Look at. You see him in the background. Yeah, those hype boys in the back.
Yeah, man. All right, then let's go through this one by one.
Wow.
Oh, this was them in the locker room. I don't even know what song it was. I just saw them dancing.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, is this an old one? Oh, okay, so watch this. I don't know if you saw this yet. I'm sorry. He's like a team manager, so they're going to dress him up for the game, for senior night. Okay. He's like a team manager. So he didn't get to really make the team, but to honor him, because he's been working out, he's going to dress him playing the game.
Okay.
Yeah, so they're happy, and this was the game. That was the end of the game. And he won the game.
Oh,
yes.
Are you serious?
Yeah, because it took me a second. Because look at the clock. Because they did that. Look at the clock. See? It said the buzzer went off. Because at first I'm like, wait, they had to get a technical. Something had, but that was it. The buzzer went off.
Wow.
Yeah. Yo, just imagine that movie, yo.
Yo, man, that's freaking awesome, yo.
That was crazy.
So go back to this one?
Yeah.
Alright, yeah. We got senior night coming up. Man, been faithful. More faithful than anybody I know. It's been great. So we're going to reward you senior night. Dressing out with a senior night.
Yo, that's cool.
And then, the move, just this way. And
that
then,
was a deep three, too. There's nothing but net.
dude.
That's freaking awesome.
And then everybody just in the.
That's freaking awesome.
You ain't never gonna forget that moment. No matter what you do the rest of your life.
That's why I love sports.
Yo,
stuff like
you
that.
have that. Didn't you have?
You never
watch your
grandkids
grandkid when Grandpa was in high school. Bam, Yeah, that was I love that moment.
So my man was like Moonlight Graham, but he won the freaking game for him. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
He ain't just steal first or whatever Moonlight did. Gonna walk the first. Oh no, Moonlight, he didn't even get on base. He was a defensive replacement. So he wasn't even really in the lineup or something.
Can you dig it?
That's awesome. All right.
Can you dig it?
I love stuff like that.
For your right.
That's pretty cool.
Oh my God. Gotta let it shine. Gotta let your soul glow. The Zoom Freak from Giannis. Gotta let it shine.
So let your soul glow. So let it shine through. So let your soul glow, baby. Get it out so silky smooth.
Gotta let it shine.
Soul glow.
So glow.
I wonder if they're gonna bust out with someone's soul. I wonder how they're gonna do that now. They gotta make some type of soul glow reference. I don't know how they're gonna do that.
You have to, right?
Yeah. I cannot wait. I think that's probably the one movie. That's probably my most anticipated movie of this year.
Yeah, no, I definitely understand.
And I know it's not going to be as good as first, but
no, hell no. But I mean, still, it should, at least should be entertaining.
yeah, it's got to be.
All right, I can do this in a couple of minutes.
All right, so here's how we're going to do this.
How is we going to do this, Brian?
Here's how the scoring is going to. Well, no, I'll explain on the.
Yeah,
on that.
because I'm flying by the seat of my pants here. Don't let it down. I'm Greg Nelson, and this will be. And we are nice and smooth and on me.
All right, you ready?
Yeah, I guess so. Welcome into the B-side of the MLB and NBA podcast. Kevin Hurt, Brian Sherrard here with you.
Oh, yeah.
We have a special side for all you Survivor fans, and I'm kind of like a part-time Survivor fan.
Yeah.
But I think I might watch this season.
Yeah, I'm hoping this will kind of get you back in to Survivor mode.
Yeah, I mean, I watched most of the last season.
Okay.
I kind of tapped out more towards the end.
Yeah, with all this controversial stuff.
Yeah, that just kind of killed it for me, honestly. It was just,
yeah.
I was kind of like, you know what, I'm kind of done.
Yeah.
Even though I did like Rob and Sandra being there, I did like that little twist to it for them at the island. Anything was better than Extinction Island, which of course is
that
back.
was awful.
Which is back for this season.
But I'm glad though, actually.
Oh wow, really?
Yeah,
you hated it.
Yeah, but this is an exception. Well, first of all, this season is the 40th season of Survivor. But what makes this season so great is that we're getting all winners. All winners, dude.
All winners. 20 ladies.
You know why?
Right? And 20 guys?
Yeah. No, 10 guys.
10 guys. Why are you 40?
But you know why it's all winners?
That was the 40th season. My bad.
But you know why?
Why?
Because I want winners, not losers. I want winners.
I want winners. And that's all you're getting.
Right. That's all we getting is winners. So, no, this is good. And all these people have won. All these people are great players, and they're just going to battle it out, man. And this season
it ain't going to be pretty.
is going to be, no, it's not going to be pretty.
It's going to be pretty.
But it's going to be epic.
Didn't they have a season called like Survivor Blood in the Water or something?
Blood versus Water. So that's when people had like family members and stuff. Yeah.
So they might as well just call this the Survivor, season 40, all winners, there will be blood.
Yeah, there will be blood. I like that.
Because people, they've all won. They've all had their ways of doing things.
Yes.
So immediately, they're just going to go right for the jugular.
Right.
Like it's going to be power moves the whole series.
Yes. And the thing is, this isn't like in most seasons where they're like some duds. You know, they're no Philip Shepherds. You know what I mean? They're no duds. These are
you didn't like Philip?
Oh,
it was your boy Rob's boy.
Oh man, that guy sucked. But anyway, everybody can play.
Hey,
so
he made it to the Final Four. Did he not?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. There you go.
He made it. Well, we're not going to go there. But anyway, so what we're going to do today is we're going to draft. So basically, we each get 10 players.
Yeah.
So the goal of this draft, you want the person who you think is going to win on your team. But because we get so many players too, we also want to pick the most players that we think are going to make the merge. Okay. Now, this thing does get complicated because of Redemption Island. All right. But that doesn't count because once you get voted out, well, it does count because if your person gets voted off on Redemption Island, but then they come back and make the merge, that still counts as making the merge. So basically, I just want to see how good we are picking players who A, make the merge, and B, ultimately is going to win. Okay. You get 2 points for each player that makes the merge. You get 5 players if you have the ultimate winner on your team. We're going to add them up at the end of the season to see who wins. Really simple. Not that hard.
Okay. It involves math, so you're keeping score.
Yeah, that's no problem.
Because I'm already confused.
Yeah. So basically, you're going to try to, just try to figure out.
Yeah.
All right. So I'm going to give you, okay.
First pick.
God. And we're not going to make this snake. We're just going to alternate back and forth. Of course.
Man, I was hoping, I don't know. I thought we were going to do a coin toss or something.
A coin toss?
Yeah. But I mean, if you're giving me the first pick,
no, I think it's only fair that I give you the first pick.
I feel like,
because
I feel like I'm at a disadvantage.
Yeah, I'm more of the survivor expert.
Yeah.
So,
this is tough. I had to do some research.
Okay.
I still don't know everybody on this list, so some people I'm going to have to just wing it with.
Okay.
But and in this case, it's going to be hard because we're drafting. There's different strategies, but I can still talk things over with you. Because,
we're going to talk.
So so it's there's strong players who have strong games. There's players who have strong games and strong personalities.
Yes.
And there are strong players who don't have strong personalities, but are more behind the scenes and know how to manipulate.
Exactly. Yes.
So in a case where you have a whole bunch of winners, you try not to pick the person who you think they're going to try to get out first.
Right.
And this is where this first draft pick comes in. This is going to be the person who you feel will probably stay the longest.
Right.
Even though it may not be the person you think you would want to pick in this case.
Okay.
Someone who stands out, but someone who you feel like can kind of ease their way in and maybe last long. Whew. And with my first pick, I'm going to just go off the whim here. I'm going to pick Denise.
Darn it. All right, why did I give you the first pick? Wait a minute. All right, okay, you've been doing your research. All right.
Listen, after these first 5 picks, it's going to be all you at the advantage. Right. I'm going to pick Denise.
All right, that's a good pick. So basically, Denise, and I don't remember all the seasons. I forgot what season she was in. Actually, she might have been. I forget. Anyway, Denise won her season. She's kind of underrated.
Season 25.
What was the theme of the season?
Philippines.
Though? Okay, Philippines. Yeah. Now, here's why Denise is sneaky good. In her season, She went to every single tribal council.
Wow.
She was on a tribe that was horrible, and they went to tribal council. Seems like every week, but even with like merges and tribe swaps, she still went to every tribal council, and she survived and wound up ultimately winning the game. I think she's going to be under the radar. I think the aggressive, the big personality players are going to be gunning after each other.
Yeah.
We're just going to leave a person like Denise just laying low and ultimately coming out when, moving up when she needs to. So I think that's a good pick, Kurt. I like that. So you picking Denise. I think she is definitely going to make the merge.
Yeah.
All right. I'm going to come out. Man, Denise would have been my pick. All right. I'm going to pick Michelle Fitzgerald.
Okay.
Michelle Fitzgerald, she's another one. She was on Blood. Was she on Blood versus Water season? Believe she was on Blood versus. I think she won Blood versus Water. I can't remember what season it was, but anyway, she was another one that kind of played kind of like behind the scenes type of game, a very low, like chill game until like the very end. I think she won the final immunity challenge to get herself to the final 3. She's very likable. She gets along with a lot of people. Denise is the same way, but she's like more like the mother figure of the.
Yeah, she's a little bit older.
Yeah. But Michelle, I'm going to go with her. I think she is definitely going to make the merge. She's got to lay low. I think she's going to make the merge though.
Okay.
So.
All right. Ooh. This is intense.
Yeah, man.
I feel like this is the actual war room.
Yeah.
Wish I had consultants. You gonna highlight her?
Yeah, I got him. Go ahead.
Oh, okay. My next pick is Danny Boatwright.
Darn it.
She's another like a Denise. She's quiet. She's smart. She has a good social game. And I'm picking people who aren't gonna be always out in front of everything. And she's a strong player. She's a winner. All of these are strong players. There's not one non-strong player here. So it's hard to sit here. You can still pick weaknesses and strengths of people, but this is longevity. This is about longevity and about who can last the longest. Or survive, outlast, whatever.
Right.
Thing. So I'm picking Danny Boatwright.
Okay, I like that pick, and the reason why I like that pick is because Danny won this was the season I actually didn't watch the Survivor. This was way back in the early stages of Survivor. This might have been like season 6.
Okay.
So she hasn't played in a long time. And I don't think she's going to be seen as a threat right away. She's like an OG of Survivor.
Yeah.
So she hasn't played like this new game. This modern day age of Survivor, which is totally different.
Yeah, I remember when the show first came on.
Mm-hmm.
Like most of the time now they're on islands. A lot of those shows they were in like Africa,
and
China. Like land. Yeah, they were in like land. Right.
And there were no advantages. There were no hidden immunity idols.
There was no extinctions. There was no redemptions. Right. You know what I mean? There's no idol island or you know what I mean?
None of that type of stuff. Yeah, so I think Danny's a good pick. I think she can also lay low. Yeah. I have another person I hope you don't pick. But I'm going to start picking. Let me see. Where do I want to go with this? I'm going to pick my man. This is one of my favorite players. He played twice. First season, he was on Blood versus Water. He played with his wife. His wife got voted out early in the game, and he later got voted out. But he came back for second chances, won that season. That's my man Jeremy Collins, firefighter out of Boston. Played.
Yeah, but he's not Boston Jeremy. By the way,
he's not my favorite player from Boston or from Massachusetts.
He's not the one that's going to park the car.
But no, I really like Jeremy's game. He's the type of person that he gets along with everybody, and he used a strategy in the second chances season. He kept folks around that he knew were threats. his meat shields, as he called them. So he made sure that he wasn't the biggest threat by keeping around people that were more of a threat, and that strategy got him to win, man. And the fact that he got along with everybody, and he had the most perfect story. It's like he's one of the few people that won unanimously, but his story at the end made it all. He didn't even have to do it, but it was the icing on the cake. Pretty much is when his wife came to visit him, she told him she was pregnant.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
But he eliminated her off the island, I heard, right? There was like it was his tribe against her tribe or something, and his tribe won, and he kind of knew that she was the bottom person over there. And got
no. This is I'm talking about the second time.
Oh, the second time. Oh,
she came out for a loved one's visit.
Yeah. Oh, the second time. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yep. All right. Who you got?
I want to go old school, but I don't feel like I'm going to do that yet.
Oh, okay.
Obviously, as you can tell, I am a hashtag girl dad, so that's all I picked so far.
All right.
But I'm going to change. I'm going to go with Adam Klein.
Who? Oh, Adam Klein.
Yes.
He's not old school though.
No. I said okay. I'm not going to do that yet.
Oh, okay.
My next pick will be. But Adam's another one. Would not. I like Jeremy. Like I said, I like the pick of Jeremy. He does have this. He just not saying bold person. I just feel like in this group of people, I feel like he's going to be a target.
Oh, he's definitely a target.
Yeah, what I'm saying.
He's definitely a target.
And I want to pick people who are just a tad bit behind these people. Like, I just feel like there's an order of name. Now, some people are so smart that they can outlast these things.
Yeah.
And some might not. But I just feel like I just want to pick the people who aren't going to be the ones in the first 3 shows to be gone.
Well, your strategy is definitely good because Adam, although he won, I think he's going to be very under the radar this season.
Yeah. So I'm trying to get people who are underestimated under the radar, who are, but who think and who play and who strategize.
Yeah.
Because all these people who won have done that, but just not all out in the open.
Right.
Yeah. So Adam Klein's my third.
All right. That's a good pick. All right. Well, I am going to go old school.
No. Don't pick the person. Now, if this is, I'm actually just going to quit.
Okay. Well, I'm going old school. He played in the 3rd season of Survivor.
That's it. I'm done. See?
No, he was one of my picks anyway.
So it's the first time you picked one of my people.
All right.
So now my whole thing, I don't even know.
So I'm picking Ethan Zahn, who's the winner of Survivor Africa.
My wife's from Africa. That's not even fair.
Hey, man. No, but Ethan, he hasn't played in years. I'm curious to see how this
in season 3, right? Or he came back after that?
He was in another season. I forget which one.
But he came back from Hopkins lymphoma.
Yes.
So,
and he has a great story. He's one of those cutthroat people, but people love him. Like, very good socially.
He's so grateful to be back.
Yes,
too.
Yeah.
So,
and I think the reason why I'm picking him is because I think he's going to be a threat, but I don't think he's a top threat. And I think people are going to want to work with him. So I'm curious to see how he plays in this modern game of Survivor. But I am going Ethan Zahn.
All right, not too happy about that. All right.
All right, your 4th pick, Hurt.
I'm picking Wendell.
Darn it.
Wendell Holland, who won when it was a tie. And
that was Ghost
got that
Island.
final vote. Yeah, got that final vote and won. But I like him. Even though he's from Philly, I do like him.
AKA Childish Gambino, by the way. Because he looks just freaking like him.
Like, he should make a song called This Is Survivor.
Yeah.
And just start dancing around with his shirt off.
That would be hilarious, man.
I just think he's a good game. I think, again, everybody here is going to be a target. It's just like, when will they target you?
Yeah.
And I think he may last a little bit longer than some other people. So.
I hope so. This was one of my not so much favorite seasons of Survivor because it was kind of boring because it was pretty much the Wendell and Dom show. People, there's some people out there that think Wendell didn't deserve to win. They thought Dom played the better game, and that Dom drug Wendell. I don't look at it like that. I think they were the best team. They made all their decisions together. They were the dominant team. Nobody wanted to make a big move on their season, but Wendell was definitely better socially. And that's the reason why he won. There was a specific time where he either took Laurel on a reward or he gave her immunity or something he did to save Laurel, and that move paid off because in the end she voted for him and he won. But he's one of my favorites. I was hoping to pick him up a little bit later, but that's a good move, man.
Yeah. Ethan was on season 8.
Yes, All-Star show.
Yeah, which is still a minute ago.
Yeah, I mean, season 8, that was the 4th year of Survivor, you know what I mean? So, we're talking 2005.
Yep.
So, yeah, man, it's been a minute. All right, for my 4th pick.
Wait, didn't you just pick somebody? Oh, no, I just picked Wendell.
Picked Wendell.
Gotcha, I'm sorry, go ahead.
All right.
My bad.
Let's see. Now it's starting to get hard because now we're getting into like some of the big personality players. So I'm going to pick a guy. This dude, he won Blood versus Water. This was his 3rd time playing. He's a very, very good player. He is a threat. This guy is a true threat, but I also think he can win this whole thing, and that's Tyson Apostle. I like his game. He's a strategist. He's a really good strategist. Decent with challenges. He's going to be a threat, but I think he's going to be able to make alliances that keep him in the game at least through the merge. But he's a huge threat. But I'm going to stick with him anyway. I'm going to go with Tyson.
Okay. Yeah, that was his 3rd. That was season 27.
Yeah, Blood versus Water. And the only reason why I remember that because his girlfriend at the time got voted out. I think her name was Kate or something like that.
All right. Now this is where I'm going to start fading when it comes to people, or just taking wild guesses here and there because I don't know anybody that well.
This is weird. I'm looking at this. All my people that I picked, I put in a row. I don't know.
Did you? That's weird. And you can, and you know what? Those first 2 you can have too.
Oh no. Well, first of all, they have no. It's 3 people. There are 3 people on this list that have no shot.
I think 4.
4. Okay. 4. Well, they definitely 3, but we'll get into that.
So, I remember watching this season. I think, and he's kind of understated. He's local. I'm picking Nick.
I knew it. I knew it.
Nick Wilson. I watched that season actually.
This was in Nick Wilson season. This was David versus Goliath. This was one of the best seasons of Survivor ever. This was such a good season. It was a good concept. It was a great cast. Nick played his butt off. He was one of the guys I was rooting for. He's like a lawyer from Kentucky.
He never got a vote against him the whole time.
He didn't?
No.
And the amazing thing about Nick's game, he was going to be the first one voted out of the game, but a player got hurt. I forgot who it was.
Yes. Was it an injury or?
No, he got medevaced off.
Okay. Was it one of? I swear in one season somebody fell into the flame. I don't.
No. That was Mike Scoopin. That was way back.
It was way back, right?
Yeah, that was like season 2 of Survivor. But he came back to play on later seasons. But anyway, I forgot who it was who got medevaced, and because he did, Nick stayed and wound up winning the game, man. So yeah, that was a good choice. I think the reason why I didn't pick Nick is I think he may be an early target because he's the last of these people who have actually won. So he may be a target, but he's very sociable, very likable, and so very strategic, but laid back.
Yeah, laid back in that Kentucky charm.
Yeah,
he has. So.
Yeah,
and which rubs you a little bit easier than the Northerners.
Yes,
you know what I mean. So, which I think they're going to be the targets. But yeah.
See, you're picking. I like your picks because these are real laid back people, but I mean not laid back, but low
low key.
Yeah, low key. That's what I'm.
Low
That's
key.
the word.
Low key.
Low key. Right.
Not as boisterous.
Okay. All right. I'm taking this in a totally different direction.
All right.
This season was one of the boringest seasons of Survivor I watched. I did not like this season, but this player is, in my mind, had the most dominant season, and that's Kim Spradlin. She was awesome. Socially, she was dominant. Challenges, nobody could beat her in challenges. She played a flawless game, and I don't know why nobody voted her out. It's like everybody thought like they were in an alliance with her. She dominated in challenges, man. I mean, like nobody could beat her. It was amazing. Kim was amazing. She's going to be a threat because of how dominant her season was, but I still like her, and I'm gonna pick her up. So
Okay.
I think she'll make the merge. I don't know why I think she'll make the merge, but I think she will.
All right. So I'm gonna pick someone only because her name's closer to my daughter's.
Darn it.
So Sophie Clark.
You're picking all the low key players, dude. I was going to try to sneak her in.
I'm trying to, because I want you to have all the big name loud people.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot left. So
But see, and I was going to address this later, but see, this is where this could kind of hurt you, I think all of the big name players are going to work with each other, and I think they're going to try to pick off some of these low key players.
Yeah. But I'm going to change that next.
Okay.
But my thing is, they're not going to get all of them, no.
Okay.
Because they're going to get on each other's nerves. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You got to think. After we draft, I'll go through it. But yeah.
Okay, but Sophie Clark, honestly, I wasn't really impressed with her game. Maybe
she's from New York.
Yeah.
She almost has my daughter's name, so I had to pick her.
Yeah,
I really picked her because of that. Nothing else.
Really. I didn't want Sophie to win that season. I thought there was some better people who should have won, but I mean, she won. I'm not taking anything away from her, but okay. All right. There's some people I just not. I don't want to pick. Okay, I'm just gonna go with. I'm just gonna go with
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We got 9 left.
All right, I have some favorites on here.
Well, I know who your favorite is. 'Cause on the island, he can park the car.
Oh boy. Who do I want to go with?
Still glad they lost the Amazing Race, by the way, but that's the point.
Man. Well, they lost to Uchenna and Joyce.
We were really both into that season.
Oh yeah,
that was like our favorite season.
Yeah. I loved it because we had Boston Rob and Amber, who I was rooting for, but Uchenna and Joyce, the only African American couple, man, to ever win that show.
That cab gave him a problem.
Yes.
I'm still angry about that cab.
Yeah, but when Joyce shaved her head, I was like, I didn't think she was going to do it.
Yeah.
But when she did, I was like,
you got to win.
You got to win. I still can't believe they made her do that, man. I think that's kind of wrong.
Yeah.
But anyway,
excuse me.
Oh, man.
Just go ahead.
I'm just going to pick Sarah Lucina, man.
There we go.
Sarah is
but I think that's smart.
Joke.
I think that's smart.
Sarah is no joke. She won second. Jeremy won second chances. No, Game Changers. She played once, came back, played again, and won her season. And she's just really good, man. But she is a huge threat. But she's an awesome player. She
won the second time. Right?
She won the second time. Yeah. That was Game Changers. Yeah, and it was funny because I was like, when they bought her for Game Changers, I was like, how was she a game changer? Like, I don't even know why they bought her back for that season, but she proved me wrong, and she played one heck of a freaking game the second time around, and she deserved to win. So she made some good moves, man. Her strategy was off the chain, so I like her, and she's a beast. She's a beast. Yeah. So I'm gonna go Sarah. There's another pick. I'm hoping you don't take this person. I hope I can pick this person up.
Well, right now I'm gonna be guessing, but
okay.
There's a lot of people. There's some New York people on here that I like to pick.
Okay.
But I'm gonna go with Parvati.
Yeah. I knew it. Parvati.
Parvati. There you go. Parvati. Because of all the breakdowns that they did of all the videos of all the people, what they did to that curly hair dude.
Eric,
there you go. I mean, my gosh, that was masterful.
It was.
And they were just,
that was the Black Widow alliance.
And that was so good.
And basically what they did is they were trying to pick off the men. It was 4 women. They were trying to pick off the men. And Eric won an immunity challenge.
But meaning you have a necklace and you cannot get voted out.
Yeah. But they somehow convinced this dude to give up his immunity to save another player, and they voted his butt right off.
They convinced him that the jury will not vote for him because he's done nothing to get to where he's going.
Yep.
And he has to make a bold move.
Yep.
And he did, and he got voted out.
And he voted his butt right off. So, Parvati, do not get this wrong. Parvati is one of the best players in Survivor ever. She's charming. She's strategic. She is awesome. She hasn't played in a while. Mm-hmm. She is going to be a threat. But for some reason, I think this is a good pick, and this is one of the reasons why I wanted to pick her, because I think people are going to want to work with her for a while. Even though she's a threat, I get the feeling they might not want to get rid of her right away. But she is dangerous. If she gets to the merge, she will be dangerous, man. Yep. All right, since you picked my next pick, there are so everybody here who is left. Oh no, there's 2 people here.
I mean, one of them I have no idea who he is.
Okay, and that's who I'm picking, Yul Kwan.
Yeah. I kept reading on him about him, and I'm like, I have no idea who this is.
Yeah, Yul Kwan. I did not watch this season of Survivor, but this was a controversial season because they broke up tribes in terms by race.
Oh, really? Yeah, it was Cook Islands.
And he almost quit this season because he did not agree with the whole, race thing. But he was like, no, I'm going to represent Asian Americans. And he wound up winning, man.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he almost quit.
Why would you do that?
Yeah, because Survivor likes to do these gimmicky things.
But you don't do that.
Yeah, that was kind of
they probably a lot of pushback, and they probably.
I don't know. Like I said, I didn't watch that season.
Well, that's never happened again.
Yeah,
that's
right.
For sure.
But yeah, so he wound up winning. He's an old schooler. He's pretty much been out of the Survivor scene for a while, but I don't think he'll be an immediate target. So I'm going to pick Yul.
Okay. Yeah. No, I don't think so either. Everyone else is a target. There's one person on here that I don't know.
Okay.
Everyone else on here, besides that one person, because I don't know him, I feel like could be voted out the first day.
Okay.
Man. And because I don't know him, I feel like I should pick him, then make you make a move, then I can go after that.
Okay.
Man, this is gonna be tough. But I don't know how. Let me look him up. Let me do a quick look, real quick. Hold on a second.
All right, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have 6 players left.
All right. I don't know what he did though. Something's telling me I should pick him. I'm picking Ben.
Thank goodness.
See, it was so. I for some reason when I look at him, I feel like he's a bad guy. And something's gonna happen. But because I just know the rest of these people are going to be huge targets, even though I know a couple of them will last somehow because they do. But I just picked him because I know who I wanted to pick next.
This was one of the he won one of the most controversial seasons of Survivor. I can't stand Ben. I can't stand him because his win to me, I felt like he was given this win. This season was the one season that made me question.
You watching the
CBS?
Show?
Yeah,
Really?
This was Heroes, Healers, and Hustlers season.
Oh, mm-hmm.
And he was a Marine, I believe. He served in one branch of the military. I believe he was a Marine, and it just seemed like they wanted him to win this season. And I feel like there was a contestant, Chrissy, I feel like she was robbed. She won final immunity, right? Mm-hmm. Which means you get to pretty much choose who you want to sit with.
Was this one of the ones where they didn't let that happen?
Yeah, so before final immunity, Jeff says whoever wins this challenge gets immunity and you get an advantage, right? Mm-hmm. So what was the advantage that Chrissy got? You get to choose who you want to send in the fire-making challenge. So instead of it being Chrissy, so instead of her pretty much get to choose who's going to be in the final three, now Ben, who got eliminated, right, he gets to win his way back in by this fire-making challenge.
Because he was one of the last four.
Yeah,
and he was going to be voted out.
Right. Everybody was gunning for him because he was finding idols. He was winning immunities. And he's out. Yeah. Good. Now they can vote Ben out, right? But no. Now you get they created this fire-making challenge. So, and of course he won it because he was a beast, and now he's back in the final three. Yeah. And because of that, they voted for him. Yeah. And I just feel like she was robbed of a win that season, and for that, I can't stand them because of that. I felt like CBS manufactured that, and
when they changed the rules at the end of what they usually are.
Yeah. So anyway, I just don't like Ben because of that, and I did not. It was no way I was picking him on my team. Right. So anyway, she's one of my favorites. She's a hothead. She's one of my favorites. I was first introduced to her watching The Amazing Race, her and her twin sister Nadia, but Natalie Anderson. Love Natalie, man. I thought she played a great game.
A beast.
Yeah, she's a challenge. She's a challenge beast. Good strategical player. She had a low key game at first, but she kind of rose in the end. But the thing that may get her in trouble is she is a bit of a hothead, and you would have liked her because she pretty much cussed out John Rocker on her season, called him a racist and all this stuff on her season.
Can I make a trade? Because I didn't see that season.
Yeah, that was the season John Rocker was on there, and she went in on him.
Oh, good.
It was great.
You know, I'm voting for her now.
Oh man,
cool. Right. Good. Congrats to her.
Now this is tough because three. So we got 4 players left. We have Boston Rob, Amber Mariano, his wife, Tony Vlachos, and Sandra Diaz-Twine. 3 of these players have no shot of winning.
Basically,
and
a couple of them have played, and all of them have played multiple times.
Yes, all these last. Are you talking about from this last 4, or all these players have played.
Tony's played twice. Boston's played.
This is his.
Rob's the 3rd time, 8th time. Amber's been at least twice.
Yes,
Sandra's won twice.
Right.
So I gotta pick Tony. Gotta pick Tony. Because he's the closest to New York. And that accent, I'm used to it. He's, I'm going to say crazy. The dude's a hustler. I mean, he was out trying to find stuff, making people think he found stuff. The only person who I wish was on this list, and I wish he won, was Rick Devens. Because Lord knows
I know, man. He will play Survivor again.
I hope so.
He will definitely play.
That guy.
Yeah, Rick Devens played a great game.
But I gotta get Tony. He's from Jersey, but I gotta get Tony.
Tony's game was very unusual in the fact that he played an outwardly aggressive game. Like, his game was not subtle. It was not okay. It was in your face. I'm doing this. Here's my idol. I got this. He did not care, and he still won. Now, granted, he won because he was taken to the finals by Wu. For some reason, took him, which was dumb, but he still won. I give him credit. He's one of the guys I love to watch because you never know what Tony's going to do. He builds spy shacks.
Yeah, the damn spy shack. Yeah. But that's the reason why I liked Sarah, because I think I watched only one of their seasons.
Okay.
But the one, I mean, that had been the first one that they were on there together. She's like, he's a cop. Like, I could just tell.
Yeah.
And he's like, no, I'm not a cop. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
Like, no, I can tell you're a cop. And guess what? He's a cop. You know? But yeah, he had his little spy shack and everything.
Yeah, man. It's crazy.
So Tony. He had a spy shack that he built in the sand. They found him in there.
Well, no, that was the bunker. That was the second time. That was the second time he played.
Okay,
yeah,
so
that was
I guess I saw the second.
That
one.
was the second.
He won the second one, didn't he? Or
No,
the first time?
the first one. He won the first time he played. The second time he was just all over the place, and he built the bunker. I'm like, Tony, what are you doing, dude?
Freaking bunker.
But anyway, okay. So these last three people, these are the last people who had no shot of winning. Not at all. You have Boston Rob, who was the biggest. He's number one with a bullet. You have Amber, who's his wife. So there's no way. So they're day one, because they were on separate tribes. They're going to be on separate tribes. If you're smart, you're getting rid of one of them from the jump. You know what I mean? Like, they're married. They're in an alliance. They're not. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So then they don't have a shot of winning. Sandra has no shot of winning because she's won twice. No one wants to crown her as a 3-time winner of Survivor. And a lot of people, there's some in the Survivor community that don't really respect her game because she doesn't really do a whole lot. She kind of lay low. She does a lot of behind the scenes manipulation. And the last time she won, she pretty much got drugged to the final three by Parvati and Russell Hantz. And she pretty much won because she was the lesser three evils. So, I don't know. That being said, I'm going to pick her. I'm going to pick Sandra. Because Boston Rob doesn't have a shot. Even though he's my favorite player.
Amber.
All right, you're going to Amber, and I got Rob.
There's no way I'm picking Rob. None. The thing is, for the preview, did you see the preview for the next season?
I'm sure I've seen some preview stuff.
So they had an hour-long special.
I saw that.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, so at the end of it, Sandra was like, I see Rob. He didn't tell me. I spent 32 days with this guy, and he didn't even tell me he was coming and playing in this game. She's like, and she takes that personally.
Yeah.
So her mission is to get him out.
Yeah.
And that's why I was like, Rob, again, all these people are sneaky. They can make alliances. As long as you win and keep your alliances strong, you can make it. Honestly, the whole thing is about winning challenges for most people and sticking with your alliances, but making moves when you need to.
Yes.
So if you win challenges, you won't get voted out.
Yes.
So the thing is to try to win the challenges, and you'll be fine.
Yeah.
And I don't know how it's gonna go, but Sandra has gunning.
Yes.
For Boston Rob, but that's never a good thing. But Boston Rob knows Sandra is dangerous too.
Yeah. Yeah.
But think about it. On the same, I think at the first, is it women and men on the same tribe at first? I wasn't sure. The way that they came to the island was just men and women, so I wasn't sure.
What they did is they let them come men and women, but they're splitting. So it's going to be 5 women and 5 men on each tribe. Yeah.
So it could be that, but so if Sandra and Boston are on the same tribe,
which I know the
know
tribes.
Who the tribes already?
Yeah, but I forget. I can't remember if they're on the same tribe.
Well, I'll wait and see. Could it be a surprise to me? So I'll wait and watch it, but it's going to be interesting. It's going to be fun. I didn't pick. I tried to take I took the conservative route.
Yes,
because I don't know most of these people. Like I said, of course, I know Rob. I know Amber. Ethan, I remember because I watched that whole season. But you have him. But, like certain people on here I know. Of course, everybody knows Sandra. Of course, Tony and Sarah, because I watched both those seasons. I don't remember Parvati. But when they replayed
she was really early on.
Yeah, when they played it, I remember that guy. Because he had this look. And I was like, I remember him.
Talking about Russell.
No, not Russell Brand. I remember him because he was just.
Oh, talk about Russell Hantz.
Yeah. He was just crazy. He's a crazy.
Well, he's like the most. He's the villain. He's the biggest villain ever as Survivor.
So, no, it was just remember the dude with the curly hair who.
Eric, you talking about Eric?
Yeah, I just remember seeing.
Okay.
Yeah. Seeing him, but Russ. Yeah,
that was their first season. That was the first season Parvati played.
Yulqua, I never seen him before in my life. I do remember Natalie because from The Amazing Race.
Yeah.
And I don't know who Ben. So it's a lot of these people that I don't remember seeing. I remember Nick because I watched that season.
Yeah, that was a good season.
Yeah, but
I'm so glad you had Ben, man. I was so glad you
because I I looked at him and something told me not to, but it was going to be either him or Tony.
Okay.
So I was like, yeah, I might as well just. To me, it doesn't make a difference.
All right.
So, but I have Tony. You put Tony. Wait.
Yeah, you have Tony.
Oh, because they're just different colors. Like you have some people in purple and some people in red, but
Right.
he's in red.
So, because you picked them.
I mean, okay, but I have Ben. Ben's in purple.
Oh, whoops.
Okay, so you gotta trying to cheat
Hold
already.
on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, that was the one
All right,
mistake
that
I
was the
made.
one- okay.
Ugh.
All right, no more mistakes.
Yeah, we can't have been in.
I should have just left him there. You would have known. I would have argued.
I would have known. Oh, I would have
Yeah,
known.
you know, you would have known that
I
was.
would have never picked Ben. I couldn't
But it's
stand
funny.
him.
The only person I knew that I really wanted was Ethan. Really. So
Good.
but that's all right.
I
We'll
got
see.
most of the people I want. I did not want Rob. I wanted Wendell. But for the most part, I got the people I wanted.
Yeah, you got Jeremy.
And I wanted Parvati. I wanted Parvati.
Yeah,
too.
I feel like Jeremy. I just feel like he's going to be a target.
Yeah,
so
Jeremy is one of
I
my
don't know.
all-time favorite players.
Yeah.
Like, if I had to list my favorite players, he's probably number 2.
That's why all my favorite players didn't win.
Oh, yeah.
All
Brenda,
Oh, Brenda.
Rick Devin.
If Brenda and Rick Devins are on here, they would be in my tribe automatically. And I don't even like a whole bunch of people. And I do. I love them. They were. And Brenda was on twice.
Yeah.
Rick was just on this one time.
He will be back.
And I even like Cochran. Where's Cochran?
Yeah,
was
Cochran.
here.
So some of the controversies. Tina Wesson and Richard Hatch, the very first winner survivor. So, and I've been watching. So I've been watching videos about this. So, according to Richard, he was all ready to be on the season, but because of what happened in season 39 with, well, I don't want to really talk about, but because of what happened on this, what was this past season called? Island of the Idols. Mm-hmm. Richard was kind of somewhat involved in something the second time he played. He was accused of something. So I guess they didn't want to bring that back up. And he's kind of pissed because he was all ready to go, and then they saw because they were shot back to back. 39. Yeah. It was only a 2-week break. So I think they just decided to go against it. Tina Wesson, she's one of my all-time favorites too. She won the second season of Survivor, and according to Richard Hatch, she was supposed to be on this, but it didn't go through. So, what else was I about to say? Cochran, who's one of my favorites. Apparently, I think he's a writer with CBS now, and I think he was too busy.
That should make you ineligible. If you're, mean, don't get me wrong. Anything can happen on there, but you can't be like a writer for the show.
Not for that show. It was like some other
show. But but still, he works for the company.
Yeah. I guess that would be a conflict of interest. I guess.
Yeah, you can't work now if he worked for NBC or something.
Yeah,
but you're working for CBS.
Yeah. But anyway, man, this should be fun. I cannot wait.
That was gonna be good, and I like it. And I wish this was live, like things were happening live, because this has already happened. So it can't be like Vegas odds and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Like that would be so cool.
Especially a season like this where we know the people.
Yep.
See, this is what makes it cool. It's like we already know going in. We have an idea of these players.
Exactly.
So but no, man, that was fun. I can't wait to and it'll be cool because each week we'll see. I still got so and so in it.
Yeah.
Oh, and I was just gonna say really quick. Although I hated Edge of Extinction, I'm so glad. Extension, thank you. I'm so glad it isn't this season because I feel like they can do Edge of Extinction
better.
Right. Like, don't keep it up to the point where you're getting in when there are 5 freaking players left in the game. You understand what I'm saying? But if you keep it long enough where maybe like right after the merge or something like that, I see it being okay. And maybe if you even do it a couple times, like, hey, you were the second one voted out, but in week 5 you have a chance to get back in.
Yeah, but also, why don't you have? It was like they had we didn't know what they were doing over there. You know what I mean? They would only come back for challenges. Like, here they come back for a challenge, and if they're in this challenge, they can come back or whatever. But what's going on the island? Like, we can see the people arrive there. We don't see him again until they come back. Like, are you barely eating? Are there fights? People arguing? Are they doing some kind of challenge? I feel if you're on the island of extinction, because there's multiple people, it's not just one. it should be something else going on.
Exactly.
You know, like you're playing a game to stay on that island. And, you know, just think about it. 2 people get sent to the edge of extinction. And it's like Rob on there and, you know, Sandra. And they have to play a game to see who stays on the island. That's not only that adds more drama to it. Like, you know, like say there's, you know,
no, I got you. See, they kind of did that with Redemption. That was the season Rob won. Redemption Island. So you would go to Redemption, but then the 2 players that were in Redemption had to play each other.
Yeah.
To see who
I remember that. But
stay.
like Extinction means but there's more people.
Yeah, but
so you can still make it like a group thing. Who wins an individual challenge to see who even gets to go back to compete with everybody else. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't know. It just seemed like I lost track of who the heck was over there.
Yeah.
Because remember, there was that one dude, we didn't even know he quit.
Yeah.
Well, at least
Keith.
I didn't. Well, you listened to all the podcasts.
Yeah, that was Keith.
Yeah. I didn't know he was gone. He just didn't show up.
Well, him and Wendy both quit at the same time, I thought.
But Wendy was the blonde haired lady?
No, she was the Asian girl, Wendy.
Oh, yeah. She went, but it was no mention of them leaving.
No, what happened was they showed a real quick thing, because what you have to do is you have to pull up the flag to let them know, okay, we quit. And that's what they did. So they showed a really quick scene of Keith and Wendy just standing there pulling up the flag and then the boat taking them off. But it was really quick.
See, I didn't even see that.
No, but what they didn't do is them discussing, hey, it was just like there was no discussion. Like they didn't show us even them considering quitting.
Yeah, because
or pondering it. They just showed us, we're waving the flag.
Because once they got eliminated, they walked straight down the path, and there's a sign. It said, you want to go to Extinction Island or you want to go home, basically. Right. And everybody went left.
Everybody went to Extinction
Island. But I don't remember that scene, seeing the flag raising them quitting. I had no idea.
Because it was really quick. It was like they didn't even want to give time to it.
So that's what I'm saying. So why not have a discussion? But like, by the way, Keith has gone home and voted and gone. Done. Then I'm like, oh, okay. Because I'm sitting there at the next challenge, like, where are they?
I think you just missed it, man. But it was so quick.
You said it was so quick.
Yeah, it was quick. I mean, it was a quick scene.
They didn't even make a deal. There wasn't a mention of it.
But they showed them waving the flag and leaving on the boat.
I actually watched that whole season.
Okay.
And I don't remember that at all, is my point.
Okay.
Yeah, see, that's why I don't watch.
Well, it's going to be a good season, man. You got to watch it.
We'll see. I don't know. Wrestling comes on. AEW comes on at the same time.
That's why it's DVR, man.
Yeah, I'll DVR Survivor. All right, everybody. And plus, it's like the last season of Modern Family. That just hurts my soul. Anyway.
Oh, my gosh.
Everybody stay tuned. Hey, watch Survivor. Watch AEW. Watch anything you want to watch. And all this other stuff. And Netflix and everything. But thank you for tuning in. NYMD Podcast. We're on, of course, Google Podcasts, Spotify, Spreaker, Stitcher apps, Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio. We are everywhere podcasts are offered. And Facebook, I almost said iTunes again. It's Facebook, IG, Twitter, and YouTube. Subscribe to us and give us 5 stars. And we will see you next week.
The tribe has spoken.
This is the way.